Hi everyone, today we'll be speaking to you about anger. Anger is an absolutely normal human emotion, but then when it gets out of control, it can get very destructive for us. Uh, when it gets destructive, it can harm our relationships, harm our work atmosphere, harm our home atmosphere. So it's very important to understand what is anger and how we can help ourselves not to get into any destructive mode. At many times when you are in the phase of anger, you might feel that you are overwhelmed or you are under a control or possessed by a powerful kind of a emotion, and that is anger. There can be many other occasions when we get angry. There may be reasons like it can be some personal reasons, it can be reasons to do with your relationship with your wife, with your parents, or with your children, or with your own personal factors like your ability to perform at times when we are not able to achieve what we want to achieve might make us angry, or when sometimes things don't go right with us, we might get angry. So anger can come from any event or any situation. Sometimes when we think about the past, we can get angry. So there are many occasions when we get angry. Now, of course, for different people, this anger may be different. For some, they are able to handle it well, whereas for some, it goes overboard. There are three ways of expressing anger. Some people might express it, some people might suppress it, and some people might be calm. So people who express it at times may go overboard, because most of the times when people express and they do not know how to express their anger, their behavior at times goes out of control, which may be a problem for the person as well as for the surrounding atmosphere. And the other part is when you suppress your anger. When you suppress your anger, many times you might find some people mostly criticizing or belittling other people. We have to understand that these people must have suppressed anger at certain moments of their life, which is coming out in these manner, which is of course not very healthy for them nor for the environment. And the third type is when you calm yourself down. But it's really not very easy to calm yourself down. But when you calm yourself down, you are helping yourself as well as you are helping your environment. Let's understand anger, this emotion. Is it really bad? But have you realized one thing which I really want to share with all of you today? That when we get angry, we continuously find ourselves getting focused into a particular matter, and our anger starts rising, and we starts getting, the anger comes in phases, and we go from first phase to third phase, and and that anger increases, and we get immensely angry. So somewhere there's a part of focus when we get angry. And do you think this focus is bad? Of course, focus is not bad, but in terms of anger, it gets bad because we continuously focus on the part which has made us get angry. So what do we do about it? So the most important part when it comes to dealing or handling anger is at that time we have to divert that focus, however possible it is, but we need to divert that focus. Number two, if anger is an energy, that means that energy can help us a lot. Now this energy can be diverted into something constructive or something productive rather than misusing it or kind of making it more destructive. So two things which comes out of anger is focus and anger as an energy. So if anger is it's actually a focus and it's a kind of energy, then do we really think that anger is bad? Then how come anger becomes bad? Anger becomes bad because when we are unable to kind of deal with it or put it in some more constructive way. If I have to give you the example of Mahatma Gandhi, most of us feel Mahatma Gandhi was a non-violent person, and he is a person who mustn't be angry at all. I don't see it like this. I feel he was the most angry man that I have ever come across, because the day when he was thrown out of the railway wagon just because of the color of his skin, he didn't react that time, but he did have a huge anger inside him, and that anger finally made him push the entire British out of India. So he had actually used his anger at the right time and in the right way. So, in my opinion, anger is not always bad. It's about how we use it. And if you can understand, we get angry. It's not that anger is an entity that we reach that anger. We get engulfed in that anger. And at many times, the focus is a wrong focus. We have to understand how much to focus and how much energy do we need to give to that particular event which is making us get angry. So how do we manage anger? There are certain tips which are normally given by a lot of people, and the first thing that people say is like calm down. But how many of us can really calm down when we are really angry? Now, that means there's something in our mind which is not allowing us to calm down, and however and whoever might come and tell us just calm down, it just does not come to us very easy. Then what do we do? Most importantly, if anger is a focus, we need to distract ourselves from it. So immediately we need to think or put our focus in something else which will immediately lower the level of anger in us. So it's very important to distract and divert when we are angry. Even for small children, when they are angry on certain things, the first thing that we need to do is distract and divert. The second tip which I would like to give is, the breathing. But when you're really very angry, it's very difficult for you to breathe. But understand that when you are really angry, your breathing paces up. And you can really feel everything. You can feel your heartbeat, you can feel your pressure going high, and you are breathing very heavily. And that's the time, you have to realize that you need to focus on your breathing. And when you breathe heavily or you breathe well, it somehow, relaxes you. So immediately when you start focusing, instead of focusing on what was making you angry, if you focus on your body, yourself, and you breathe, where this breathing exercise somewhere calms you down. Please understand that this anger does release some hormones, and it is not going to do good to you. So it's like kind of ruining your system from inside. If you always get angry or you are continuously getting angry, those hormones will definitely hamper your inside. So it's important that we express some anger and don't keep anger inside. But at the same time, if we are in a situation where we are getting too angry, when we feel our breath, we need to kind of concentrate on that breathing and start breathing in and breathing out. And along with it, when I say divert, we can start counting 1, 2, 3, whatever the language you are using, you can count, because that the main meaning behind this exercise is just what I just told you before this is divert or replace your thought with something else. So as soon as you divert and distract yourself, that focus breaks and your anger on that particular matter somehow gets fizzled out. So that's the main reason behind this breathing exercise. Now another way of calming yourself down is what we call cognitive restructuring, because anger is actually illogical many times, and when we start thinking logically, we realize that we were not actually getting angry at the right thing. So logic beats anger. So when we start giving logic to ourselves, somehow the anger diminishes. Therefore, it's important that we do not take any decisions in anger. But most of the time, we want to do something when we are in that act of anger. When we do it, and after doing it, we may repent, but we love to do something at that very moment. But that is the thing that you need to avoid, because most of the decisions that you take during the phase of anger, whether it's blocking someone or speaking nasty at someone, that is the time when we do this. But that mostly makes us feel guilty because we understand that that part of the behavior was not correct. So we have to understand that when we are angry, we have to stop ourselves from taking any permanent decisions in our life, and we have to wait for an opportunity when things are calmer, the decision can be taken. And even in that point of time, if we feel like taking a very harsh decision in our life, then we should, but not when we are really angry, because a decision taken in the time of anger is mostly wrong. Many times when we do not accept that a certain thing is not supposed to happen. Let me give you an example for that. For example, we want our children to do well in their lives. Again, we want. We can only express what we want. But if we feel that our children are not listening to us and we start getting extremely angry and we throw our temper and we shout or scream, is it really helping any of you or the child? No, it's not going to help any of you. You will ruin your health, and your child's self-esteem may be ruined, and maybe tomorrow the child will not be in any capacity to do any much for his or her own self. So please understand, and let's accept the feel of acceptance is very important, and that very feeling will somewhere help you to kind of deal with your anger, that certain things can happen and certain things we may try for it to happen, but it's not necessary that things will definitely happen the way we want it to happen. So it's important for us to accept certain things, and that will definitely help us to deal with our anger. Many times people talk about that, since I'm in this profession, they say, should we get angry, or is it okay for us to get angry, or is it okay for so-called educated, learned, good people to get angry? So let me ask a question. Anger is an emotion, so why shouldn't all of us feel emotions? Emotion is like love, it's like hate, it's anger, it's disgust, it's fear, it's surprise. These are all emotions of our life. And why should it be that anger should not be felt? If it's an emotion, we need to taste that as well. And anger is not always bad. I mean, as long as we are able to keep this emotion at a level where any of the emotions, when it gets out of proportion, it definitely becomes a concern. So it's not only that it's about anger. Even if love goes beyond control, that may become kind of a concern. So it is important that anger can remain a part of our lives, but how we deal with it, with the tips that has been given to you, you can make anger a beautiful emotion which you can use it for your own self, because after all, anger is an energy, and energy can be converted into a lot of productive things. Still, if your anger goes out of your control mostly and it is hampering your relationship, your home affairs, your job, then it's time to consult a psychologist, a therapist. It's just okay if you reach them. All of us might need help at some point of time, and it's absolutely fine if we reach and understand how we can help ourselves and come out of this, because it's just a situation, and we can save through it with the help, some amount of help from people. So when is the time when you think you should see a counselor or a psychologist or a therapist, and we can work on your anger? So you should feel free to reach when you yourself think that your anger is not in your control and it is hampering your relationship, your work, yourself, and if you can get help, it will really be a boon for you.